If you live in Regina and you work downtown, you've probably heard of Italian Star Deli. They're a local institution, and they're dedicated to bringing an authentic taste of Italy with special, hard-to-find ingredients ranging from pasta, cured meats, gelato, and more. But it's not just about the ingredients. At lunch, there's always a lineup for fresh sandwiches and conversation with a man with an infectious, joyful energy that has everybody smiling when they walk out the door. That man, of course, is known as Carlo. Carlo, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Matt. Nice intro, man. Thank you, brother.
Well, I'm really excited to finally get you on the show.
Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity. Looking forward to it. So thank you, man.
Before we get too far into talking about Italian Star, today we're going to be drinking Oktoberfest. It's our German Oktoberfest beer.
I love it. I love the idea that it's like 3 o'clock in the morning and we're drinking beer. That's excellent. You know, I'm looking forward to that. Salute, man. 100 years. You know, for me, I like beer. I'm a wine guy. And this kind of beer is the kind of beer that I like. It's got that bitterness. You can get hammered on this one, can't you? This one will hit you up. What's the content of this?
I think it's only about 5%.
Man, that's nice. Oh, that's a real nice beer.
It's a really nice take on a German style.
I love that bitterness. You know, for me, I like aperitivos. I like bitters. You know, like in drinks. That's got that finish, eh?
It's crisp.
Yeah, that's delicious, man.
Toasty, malty.
Yeah, we need to have some bratwurst.
I was having Schweinhacks and some cabbage and some spätzle.
You were having that when?
At the taproom for our Oktoberfest
That's okay.
lunch.
Yeah, listen, man. That's how you do it. Zigga zigga. That's how you do it, man.
It was so good.
That's got to be so good. Rouladen? Come on.
Yeah.
Food's important. I think, you know, in your industry, because you guys have such a great brand and people see Rebellion and you see that facade when you're coming through this, you know, down Dooney Avenue, you see that beautiful place. People sit there and think, is it just beer? No, man, you got food. Because the food pairs up with the wine or with the beers so importantly. So, yeah, you got to have that passion like you were just saying about the food and combine that with the Oktoberfest. It's important, man.
I think it's the point of life.
Absolutely.
Good food and good beer.
Absolutely, man. You know, and, you know, having a good woman with you, too, is important, too. You know, for me anyways. You know, so that's my wife, and I'm pretty lucky to have her for so many years.
Would you give this beer a thumbs up?
Big thumbs up, man. If I could get my toes up, I'd give it to them. This is beautiful beer, man.
What would you pair from it from your deli? Say somebody wanted to come get a growler of the Festbier and come to your store and pick something up.
See, for me, I'm all about the antipasto and the charcuterie. So a beer like this, you know, with a plate of cheese, like a nice pecorino truffle, which is a Romano. It's got a nice little edge. It's sheep's milk. Parmigiano, like we got a 48-month-old Parmigiano. It's just got that hard edge, like very, very, you know, stay in your mouth for flavor, you know, time-wise. Some meats, just a nice charcuterie thing, some bread. You know, this, you know, that's one thing. But a big old stupid hot dog, you know, a big bratwurst, like you're saying, with some sauerkraut on a big bun, that would work with this too, man. Oh, yeah.
It really does.
It would. Yeah. That's delicious.
I like the idea of doing a sheep's milk cheese with this. Is it a creamy texture that you're kind of looking at?
So we have a creamy one. We have Campitello, which is more moist. We're going to hit some of these stuff when we come here. Campitello is a sheep's milk, and it's moist, beautiful. And the one I'm thinking of to bring is going to be the Pecorino Romano, and it's with the tartufo, with the truffles. And it's firmer, but still has that inside edge, creamy. Listen, you eat truffle, you eat this cheese, Matt. When you burp, when you fart, it's all you think for the next 2 or 3 days is that truffle cheese. It's in you, it doesn't leave you. If you sweat, it comes out of your truffle. With that beer, I guarantee you, man, that's a success. That's 2 flavors and little pieces, not big pieces, little pieces. Oh, man, I'm anxious to try that.
So you're recommending little bite, little sip, little bite, little sip.
Oh, yeah. Just take your time. Make it a 3-hour meal. Little charcuterie, little antipasto. You know, some, you know, veggies, whatever you want to have on the side. But just to enjoy that flavor and the company. company is important, man. You don't want to do it by yourself. Not too often.
Deadly. I want to start from the beginning. One thing I've always wondered is, how did Italian Star get started?
So it goes back to 1966. My parents, Frank and Gina Giambattista, we used to have a pizzeria downtown called Napolitan Pizza. So this is going way back, man. I don't think anybody knows of it. It's on Broad Street. The Wooden Shoe is where it was. The Wooden Shoe became a place after. CKTV was on the top of Broad Street. That development there. So we were called Napolitan Pizza. I remember 1966, so that business was with my dad and his brothers. My dad knew that the business wasn't doing well, so he went out and went to see this Italian Star Deli, which was on Victoria, where we are. I remember walking with him to go there because we're just down the block, going inside the store, and that's how it started from 1966. The guy had the place Primavera, so started from there. And my dad worked for the city. My mom is our matriarch, man. She's why we have what we have, and she's a smart lady, grade 2 education in Italy. She was thrown into that business in 1966. She don't know what a till is. She don't know what a scale could do. It was incredible for her to grow and learn. So it developed from there in 1966. And me and my brother Nick, we worked there as kids, and then I got there full time in '79, and it started evolving into things. And man, it's like 53 years, Matt. I spent a shit ton of time out there. It wasn't long. We put some hours in, man. We put some time in.
That's why I call it an institution, because everybody seems to know about it, and everybody says, hey, if you want this, if you want that, you got to go there.
Yeah. We what we believe in, Matt, I think it's the same principles as you guys have here. So you got visibility, you got good product, you got good people. I see the energy that you have in the room before we came here. Everybody gets together because everybody takes care of each other. We're the same thing in our business. You got to pay your bills. You got to sit there and take care of your employees, because your employees will take care of you down the long run. So that's what keeps us going. And we don't go outside of the box that we're not comfortable with. We're not Ferrari drivers. We don't do that kind of stuff. We just go to work, do what we got to do, and enjoy the life. So yeah, you put in the time, and yeah, it adds up, man. 53 years. Wow.
If somebody's coming for the first time, what's the one thing they can't miss out when they come to Italian Star?
When they're coming in for the first time, like you said, which was very flattering, that energy in the store is great. We have, now our son, Gino, and our daughter, Marina, that are front end and back end, and Gino's got that power, he's got that energy. So you come in, they'll feel that energy, and it's a lively energy, but just coming to the back, the paninos are really important, but just if they're foodie people and they're gourmet people, just take your time and look around the shelves and see the different ethnicities that we have for product. South African, Croatian, Hungarian, and not just a little bit, but brands of that. So it's a place like a world market. If they came in there and they're interested in food, take your time to look around, that sort of thing. Go to the back of the deli and ask for a taste of the picadillo cheese. We'll give you a taste of anything you like. It's never going to be a problem. So I think if they come in, just feel comfortable. Just sit there and spend your time,
Have some good conversation.
Lots. Everybody there's engaging, so we're lucky to have that as a group.
You touched on this before. Your roots in the community. I've noticed that you support Chef Malcolm's meat pies.
Right.
And it's my understanding that you were one of the first locations to carry his stuff.
Yes.
Before he even had his own storefront.
It's a big success to Chef Malcolm. Malcolm's done well. Congratulations to him, yeah.
What drives that philosophy of supporting local and community?
It's I think it's twofold, because it's very advantageous for us, because we're lucky. Because I remember that time, and I know Malcolm forever. Malcolm's a character in the biggest way, in the greatest way, right? We all love Malcolm. So he just came to the store and he says, he's doing these meat pies, and he knows that maybe we have some accessibility to some people, some flow. So he asked me, we'd like to bring these meat pies in, and I know what a meat pie is. I'm thinking, geez, man, I don't know if I can sell a meat pie. And I said, yeah, Malcolm, bring him in, and we taste them out of control, fantastic. Bring in 10, bring in 12, bring in 15. So he brings that in, and in the meantime, he's still selling them on the side. And we sold them every week, and now he's got a big business selling meat pies, and he's got it distributed all over the city in a great way. He works hard, so we're just that little little maybe that one location where, you know, we had the visibility and people came there, and so, you know, I think it was good to sit there and work together just to get maybe that little bit more of a market for his pies. But he's done it on his own. He's made his pies a big success. He's distributing it all over the city. You've tried them?
Yeah, I have.
They're wicked.
One of his pies usually once a week.
Out of control. Something like this with a beer like that. That would work with this beer as well. Yeah, he's a great guy. And I said to Malcolm, I said, Malcolm, you're a one SKU guy, man. You got pies, different flavors, and you're doing well. Now what if you add to that something else? Like, you know, if you guys had one beer, it'd be great. It'd be the best beer he had, but it's just one beer. So I said, he's doing well, man. Incredible.
We have the breakfast pies just on Saturdays.
Oh, man.
Like bacon and egg, and they're big and hearty.
Wow.
The crust is like fluffy.
That's his thing. You got that crust nailed every single time. The consistency of the pie is consistent every time. That's why he's successful. He's good. You know, he's not just shooting, you know, fish in the pond and trying to get something. He knows what he's doing.
Well, I think it's cool that you guys kind of helped light the spark that lit the fire.
Yeah, we're lucky too because he came to us. So, you know, we're very fortunate to have that, and that happens a lot for us, Matt. People come in there because there's a lot of traffic flow, right? So, you know, we got room for a little shelving display for somebody, shelving displays for somebody. Guy out there this summer was selling popcorn, and he had his cotton candy, and he just set up, just create a little bit more of a buying thing and a little bit more of an atmosphere. So, we're all on board.
One thing, when I met my wife, she's a foodie, and a foodie in a big way.
What's her name?
Her name's Allison.
Allison.
And she comes into Italian Star, and she goes, oh my God, they have this, they have that. But the big thing was pancetta. She was complaining. She's like, I can't find good pancetta in this damn city. She's not from Regina. She's from away. So what we did was we picked up all the pancetta kinds that we could find from Italian Star, and we did a bunch of different pasta dishes of pancetta. And then we said, what's our favorite? And we picked it. And then she's like, okay, let's compare to some of the bigger brand stores. And so we did a side by side. And undeniably, the pancetta we got from you guys was the best.
Man, that's good to hear, man. I never knew that. How long ago would this have been?
We probably did that about 5 years ago.
Man, because now it's even better yet, because now we got one Charlie, which is the jowls of the pig. But you're right. For Allison, you know, the pancetta in this town, and this town's grown a lot, man. You see the retail spaces, they're on board now. They've got things. You can get prosciutto, not Iberico, but Serrano ham. But back then, 5 years ago, there wasn't a lot of things going on, and we had that market, you know, probably solely on ourselves. And pancetta from different suppliers is different, you know, because it's all pork, as we know, but just the way they cure it, the way they roll it. So at that time, you know, we've got the Italian salami brand, we've got Mastro, which everybody knows, but now we got one Charlie from Venetia brand, and that's the kind of thing you want because it's all fat. You render that down, make your carbonara with that. Oh yeah, that's good to see that you got that in your family.
That's
man.
Exactly what she did was the carbonara.
Oh yeah, that's the best. That's the kind of food you eat, big plate of it, go on a marathon and you have a nap.
Or she'd be taking the little thin paper strips and she'd be wrapping the food up with the...
Yeah. I love it.
Pancetta makes everything good.
Everything good, man.
it's like the magic food.
It is. It's bacon, you know, and so sometimes people come to the store and the prosciutto is the same way, right? So, and the Parma prosciutto, 18-month or 24-month, we've got them both. People say, oh, it's too much fat, cut the fat off. I say, you know what? You buy it with the fat on and you cut it off when you take it home because that's where the magic is in that fat. That's that butter. You know, sometimes people... And they're educated now, and you know, a few years, you know, gone by, people didn't want no fat on their food. You want that fat on that prosciutto. That's the butter content of that meat, and we don't cut nothing off. It comes fatty, you buy it fatty, you trim it off if you want it at home because you're wasting a good thing if you toss it.
I think that fear of fat has robbed people of the true sensation of quality food.
You bet. You know, like butter. Give me butter, man. I asked this chef one time, Rob, I said, Rob, how do you make your mashed potatoes just so incredible? He says, take some potatoes and take a pound of butter. That's how it is, right? Get that fat in that potatoes and make it. But you're right. Eat that fat, man. Eat it.
I love prosciutto. Life's not worth living without prosciutto.
Yeah, you sit there and have that little prosciutto, little plate. I'm with you. I love
some
prosciutto.
Cheese and some raisins and some grapes.
Oh, that's the best. You get that citrus. That's Matt. That's how you live life. That's how you every once in a while you're so busy you got to go get a burger, whatever it is, and that's great too. That's how you live life with friends, charcuterie. Have that kind of meal. I love that, man. I love that. The next thing you know, it's 6 hours later. Everybody's pinned, but you're not so bloated, right? That's the best.
One thing I found out was oatmeal stout. It's got a creamy and character and a sweet flavor to it. It pairs really well with truffle cheeses.
Really?
I did not know that, but somebody told me.
So we're not going to do that on Wednesday, are we? Are we doing something like that on Wednesday?
I don't know.
That would be good. So oatmeal with the truffle cheese. Wow.
I've tried it, and it was fantastic.
I'm up for that.
My wife set out a little board, and we had some raisins. So I took a couple of raisins, popped them in my mouth, had a little bite of cheese. And I swear, after like 20 minutes, I was super full, and I felt like I hadn't eaten anything.
I love that. Nuts. Matt, that's good like that. And you could sit there in front of that board and just like a trough and just sit there and just graze, man. That's good. So that oatmeal and then the oatmeal beer and the truffle. I'd like to try that. You guys have that here? You guys,
It's my favorite Rebellion beer is our oatmeal stout.
So we'll have to sit there and maybe do something with Dave on that. See if something going on.
You could set it up for your dessert course.
That's a great idea, man. Listen, now you're talking. That's going to be exciting. That's a good one. Good call.
So for listeners who don't know, what Carlo's been referring to the whole time is we're going to have a pop-up at Rebellion with Italian Star. That means we're bringing the boys and the girls from Italian Star into the tap room, and we're going to do a special meal just for you. We've got tickets for sale. They're $30. It's happening Wednesday, October 10th at 7 p.m. That's Wednesday, October 10th at 7 p.m. And Carlo and his boys are coming in. They're going to do a taste test with us this week just before we get up to the event so we can make sure the beer and the food pairing's correct.
It's exciting, yeah. And everybody's really looking forward to Gino Marina. So we're looking forward to it. So that night we'll be there from 7 to 11. We're going to have a party, man. So if anybody's got some $30 kicking around and it's not a lot of money, just bring it down, have some fun, come down Wednesday night and just hang out, man. We're gonna get crazy and we're gonna have a little bit to eat, a little bit to drink, and come poke some fun at Gino. Everybody loves Gino, so give him a little bit poking.
What are you guys thinking for the menu? I mean, we know we're kicking around some ideas.
We're gonna bring paninos, so we're gonna bring some paninos. So there'll be a variety of paninos, hot and mild, on different breads. I was talking to yourself, Matt, and talking to Dave, and we're definitely going to bring some truffle cheese. So we're going to pair that up with something. And then what were we talking about earlier? You were saying something else would go good. The truffle cheese.
Oh, oatmeal stout with the truffle cheese and little raisins.
Raisins. We're going to also, if it comes to where we want, because we've got to see what the format is. Some meats. We got the Iberico, like prosciutto. It's Iberico ham from Spain. Pata Negro, we sell it $16 a 100 grams. It's $160 a kilo. I'm not going to say it's going to be there, so if anybody's buying tickets and say, where's that Iberico ham? I didn't get it. But I like to sit there and see if Dave can incorporate that, because that's out of control, man. That's incredible. So we'll have some variety. It's not just going to be dry bread and it's going to be some variety that night. So we want to make it good because it's going to represent Rebellion. It's going to represent Italian Star Deli. So we're going to come with our A game.
A true culinary experience.
Oh, yeah. I think so. On a Wednesday night, folks. Okay, this is Wednesday night. This is a prelude to like Friday and Saturday. So if we get to do this on a Friday, Saturday, look out, man.
I'm so jacked. What's next for Italian Star Deli? What's coming up for you guys in the future?
So, man, we're like yourself. We're evolving. We're growing. Catering's become very big for us. What we'd like to do next in our plans is get a kitchen going. So we got some spaces. We gotta open up some spaces and maybe expand a little bit. We always talk about it, man. We talk about expanding because we're like yourself. We're busting out of the store. Not enough room, but we need to get a kitchen. We need to get the kitchen going so that we can get our own prep foods. I'd like to have some hot foods in the store. To come serve alongside the paninos we have, and just make it a kind of that It's like a stamp of everywhere you go. If you go to some place in Edmonton and Calgary, you got these great centers out there, and they're independent, and they've got your fresh bread, you got your pizzas, you got your coffees, you got that whole experience, you know, going into a store, getting your deli meats. We need to evolve into that stage, and not so big. We're in a smaller market demographically than there is out there, but just a little bit more, you know, and that all comes with, like you say, you know, more commitment from everybody. You got to open up longer, because right now it's pretty cool for us, man. We're 5 days a week. You know, we work every day, even though we're not at the store, but it's pretty cool. So now maybe what we have is the best thing ever, and just keep it going. But I don't know, man. I kind of want to see that next thing happen, and so we're working on that.
That's really exciting.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Italian Star, so
man, appreciate
I'm
that.
excited to see what you guys pull out of your hats.
Appreciate it lots, man.
Well, thank you for your time today.
Appreciate it, man. This is great. Like I tell you, salute to Chantuani for another salute for Rebellion Brewing. It's an incredible company, brand, and I'm waiting to see how you guys are going to evolve and grow so big. So thank you for this.
Thank you. Rebels, thanks for tuning in this week. If you want to find the latest news about Rebellion Brewing, be sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Untapped. And be sure to stop by Italian Star and get some of that truffle cheese and prosciutto.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining the Rebellion.
Beautiful, man.